What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you want to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Putting it that way, you're right.
Maribel had to know the danger she was putting herself in, and I'm sure she worked out some countermeasures. But what were they?
YUUKI looked straight at Kigali. He didn't have an answer himself, but he figured asking would help organize his own thoughts.
Maybe she believed that she, alone, was safe the whole time?
There is that, yeah, but I don't think that's all.
And maybe she was anticipating at least a little damage? She feared the rise of Rimuru, and if she thought some sacrifice now was worth it in the future.
YUUKI nodded at this.
Well, I'd never do that if I had no idea how much damage there'd be. But if I could predict how much to expect, approximately, I'd definitely weigh the losses against the gains on the scale.
Meaning?
I think Maribel had some kind of reason to believe things would work out, even if Veldora and Milam lost control. And what was that reason?
Granville.
No.
YUUKI had arrived at an answer. He grinned.
Who did Laplace fight in the sanctuary?
Well, the Demon Lord Valentine. Oh.
He chuckled, seeing Kigali's reaction.
Right. The Demon Lord Valentine is dead. But there's a Demon Lord Valentine in the octogram. The real Demon Lord's even stronger than the fake one, I bet.
Even at my peak, I was about equal with that Valentine. In that case,
the real one's even stronger. Now I'm sure of it. The headquarters of Luminism isn't just a religious site, it's a Demon Lord stronghold.
You mean Valentine's really the god Luminous? That's insane.
But it's true. I really don't think I'm wrong.
The confidence behind YUUKI's voice led Kigali to the truth.
Yes, you're right, and it wouldn't be strange if Granville knew that.
Not at all, and so did Maribel. That's why she figured Luminous was protecting the Western nations.
It all seemed to make sense. Kigali had to accept it. There wasn't any room for objection.
Sounds like we'll need to rethink our strategy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to move my base of operations to the east for a while anyway.
You are a scary man. You say you're going to lie low, but it sounds like you'll be moving around a lot, aren't you?
Well, sure. I'm gonna be king of this world, remember? I promised you I'd get a hold of it.
That you did. I look forward to it. I really do. And I'm sure Clayman will be delighted, too.
Yeah, so keep lending me a hand, okay?
Yes, of course. And please don't betray me, either, Sir YUUKI.
Of course I won't. The world will be mine, and then we can all have a blast together.
YUUKI and Kigali looked at each other and smiled. The laughs continued on and on, two magic-born aiming to seize the world like it was a game to enjoy. Their aim was childlike, but they were serious about it. They wanted to conquer the world. The Chaos Dragon was gone. Milam's friend was saved. And now that I was back on the ground, I was shocked to find the bottom section of the ruins all caved in. According to YUUKI, who was safe, the cornered Maribel blew herself up inside. She wanted to take all of us along with her. Apparently, she really wanted to take me out that bad? That was just too much, in a way, but she was hostile to me, so I didn't know what else I could do. No point moping about it. After discussing matters with Kigali, we decided to restore the ruins back to their pristine condition. It would take time, but we planned to excavate the bottom portion as well. Eventually, we would display the artifacts we dug up and turn this palace into a museum. We wanted to make this into a tourist attraction, complete with a Magitrain stop. That would take who knows how many years, of course, and we had a ton to do before then. Unless we negotiated a peace treaty with the Eastern Empire, at least, this whole area was a front line. Just because it was Milam's turf didn't make it a safe zone, necessarily. For now, at least, our plan was to work on restoring the site. Negotiations were continuing to go smoothly with the council. Several of the councillors got dismissed, though, which definitely affected its power as a legislative body. The Western Holy Church was gaining more power now, and YUUKI, freed from Maribel's hold, was also making his presence more known. With things as they were, the council was seeking a new unifying force. That, of course, would be us, or to be more exact, me. Tempest had now become the biggest faction of the council. YUUKI's Free Guild gave us a push along those lines, offering their public support of Tempest in exchange for financial backing. Hinata was working with us on this, too, in the name of stability among the Western nations. Thanks to that, we had now obtained a pretty hefty amount of influence in the region. Still, I'm glad YUUKI's been cleared of everything. Now I can keep building up our alliance without any qualms.
Negative. The doubts have now been confirmed. The subject YUUKI Kagurazaka is definitely acting of his own free will.
Huh? Wait, why didn't you say anything before?
Understood. Because his motivations were simple and easily taken advantage of.
Was that why? Oh, I see. So you were keeping quiet for my sake? This is all thanks to my carelessness, isn't it? For one moment there, I hesitated to kill Maribel. Considering what the future held now, I shouldn't have wavered. If I'm damaged, that wavering disappears, but if someone hasn't been that much of a bother to me, I couldn't help but think killing was going too far. Even with Gaia, I thought killing him overstepped my boundaries. My heart must have softened up with Maribel along those lines. So did you keep quiet because you assumed I couldn't kill Maribel?
Affirmative. It was decided that it was necessary to do so.
That's so selfish, or maybe not. Just as Raphael predicted, YUUKI killed Maribel for me, and now he was resting on his laurels, assured that all the evidence was destroyed. I guess someone like that would be easy for Raphael to handle. I was in no position to complain, but I still found it incredibly frustrating, making Raphael worry like that, just because I'm so unreliable.
Negative. That is incorrect. I did not want my lord to feel any anxieties.
Well, thank you. I wouldn't feel guilty this way, right? Yeah, I'm glad for that, but that's not gonna work for me. I need to face facts and decide things for myself. Otherwise, I'm a failure as Raphael's master. If I keep clinging to people like this, I'm never gonna grow and mature. So next time, report the whole truth to me, okay? I promise I'll accept it.
Understood. As you wish.
No matter what Yuki's scheming, I'm going to crush his ambitions. And I'm not alone. I have friends, partners I can rely on, don't I? With Raphael, I can walk straight ahead, never making any mistakes. I'd really believed I could. And maybe, just a little, I thought I felt Raphael smile for me.
Volume 11 Prologue. The Golden Melancholy.
It was a pure white mansion. There were blossoming flowers of all kinds in the garden. A young girl smiled as a young boy observed her. That was a happy time in the past, and the memory of it hadn't faded one bit. His one goal in life had been to retrieve such happiness. Yet, it was a task harder than traveling to the moon. The mansion, the golden city that he had built. There was also a beautiful garden, like a paradise in heaven. It was far more luxurious and grandiose than the one in his memory. Yet the most important aspect, the key to his memory, just somehow couldn't be found. Even after he had become a force to be reckoned with in this world, he was unable to find his beloved young girl. And without her, he could never find his smile. All of this had been prepared for his beloved young girl. His name was Leon Cromwell, one of the demon lords, known as the Platinum Saber, and the girl that Demon Lord Leon was seeking was. This was the kingdom that Leon ruled, the Golden Valley El Dorado. The royal castle, in the shape of a spiral, towered at the center of the kingdom. The location was the meeting hall of the royal castle. Leon exuded an air of majesty on his throne as three suspicious individuals kneeled before him. They were garbed in all black and adorned with rain hats, a rather bizarre look. Their outfit looked the same as that of the weapon merchant Damrata. It went without saying that this was Laplace's party.
You again, isn't this the second time?
Yes, to have the honor of being recognized by His Majesty Demon Lord Leon, we are most grateful. However, we regret to inform you that we will be suspending the transaction of the confidential merchandise this time.
It was Ter who answered Leon in a rather serious tone. It was an attempt to make them seem more appealing by letting the female Ter do the negotiating. This was also going to be their last engagement. They had decided to follow Yuki's plan and pause all activities in the Western nations. Misha of the Cerberus organization would continue to act as a correspondent to the Rosso family. While they proceeded with their prior transactions, Yuki's party would move their headquarters to the Eastern Empire. In addition, losing Maribel also greatly reduced the Rosso's strength. In truth, the supplier of their top-secret merchandise was the Kingdom of Siltarazo, and right now the Rosso family didn't possess enough power to conduct any more summonings. Moreover, now that the Tempest Federation had joined the Western States Council, the Western nations would be under the influence of Demon Lord Rimuru. Their surveillance would be tighter than ever. Laplace and the others all agreed that it was time to leave.
Ho, that's quite bold of you. Unlike Damrata, you wish to raise the price with me so soon?
No, you have misunderstood. As His Majesty Leon is probably aware, Demon Lord Rimuru has cemented his place in the Western nations. He's rather displeased with the summoning of Otherworlders, and strictly forbids it. We believe that it wouldn't be easy to continue the trade under these circumstances.
Ter answered smoothly. Hearing this, Leon thought to himself, as I suspected. He had sent some of his men to blend in within the Western nations, and they reported the same things. Leon himself thought that things would develop in that direction sooner or later. Honestly, there was too much uncertainty with this method. The rate of success was astronomically low. It was an approach that was unlikely to work from the start. After all, this was about summoning a specific individual to this world. He had ordered his subordinates to do the summoning countless times. It took more than 30 summoners working together in the span of 7 days of rituals with detailed procedures to do the summoning to Leon's specific criteria. Yet the rate of success was less than 1%. Moreover, it would take some time for the same person to conduct the summoning ritual again, and the number of times a person could attempt the ritual was also limited. From the start, the rate of success was close to 0. Even Leon himself had conducted many summons, yet they all ended in failure. His last summon called upon Shizu Izawa, and tomorrow, it would be 66 years since she was summoned. If he wanted to narrow down the conditions into the summoning rituals, the interval between summons would be even longer. The next summon was not worth looking forward to, either. That was why he devised the incomplete summoning rituals. It was a young girl that Leon was looking for. That was why the incomplete summon, which had a higher chance of summoning children, should raise his rate of success, even though it would be barely noticeable in the grand scheme of things. He planned to spread the method among the Western nations, thereby increasing the chance of success by raising the number of summons attempted and thus gathering more children. Yet to this day, it had been a complete failure. There was no other way, and he could not think of any other alternatives. That anxious uneasiness weighed heavily on his heart. Regardless, Leon spoke in his usual cold monotone.
Rimuru, you say? We have not signed an agreement nor asked for any aid, but in the end, he became the hindrance. Still, that's something that can't be helped. However, what did you mean by our trade will be suspended? Even if the West has fallen, wouldn't the East still be operating?
Leon's sonorous voice echoed in the meeting hall. There was an intense pressure in his voice. Tear couldn't help but feel numb after being hit by his voice head-on. They were on different levels. A half-baked Majin would have problems just standing still in front of a demon lord. Even for someone as strong as Tear, it was difficult to deal with Leon.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. Shoutout to Luminasega, Mark Bozeman, Happy Anime, Iceby, Pickle Rick, Hiren Bojwani, Elvis Flores, Ryan Cubing, Rimuru, and last but not the least, shoutout to Loli G. I'll see you guys in the next video.